G'day Jacked and Nerdy fans, Jeremy here with another review video. Today we are doing a review for The Invitation. I was lucky enough to go to an advanced screening last night and thought I would share all of my thoughts with you this morning. Now, before I do that, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. The more of you that subscribe, the more it encourages us to keep doing what we're doing. And as well, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know that you enjoy these videos. And if you have any comments, recommendations, suggestions, or if there's just something that you would like to see us do a review video of, make sure you hit us up in those comments boxes below. We do read all of them, and we are always looking for feedback on how we can improve the channel. So, with that out of the way, let's get into it. So, The Invitation was directed by Jessica M. Thompson, who I'm not actually familiar with her work at all. I've never heard of her before. I may have seen a couple of her movies in the past and not realised it, but hey, you know, to me, she's one of those relatively unknown directors. The general premise of The Invitation is that a couple of months after the death of the main character's mother, she's feeling quite lost, quite lonely, and she decides to do one of these ancestry DNA tests, which then reveals that she has a long-lost cousin and family over in England. So through meeting up with this family, she gets swept up in this whole world, which then turns very, very dark and sinister, and all hell breaks loose after that. So it's a pretty stock standard thriller horror premise that we've seen done time and time again. But I have to say, I didn't know what to expect going into this movie. I didn't have high expectations. I didn't know really what was going to happen. In a sense, I didn't know whether I was going to enjoy it. I didn't know how things were going to be presented. But I will say that I was very pleasantly surprised. If you saw my out of cinema reaction, you would know that already. But I was as I said, very, very pleasantly surprised with this movie. I did actually end up enjoying it quite a bit, even though I wasn't really expecting to. There are moments that are just very, very cliche, as I mentioned in my other video. Just for example, no spoilers, not giving anything away. The main character is a struggling artist in New York. Oh wow, that's not new. You know, she meets a rich, young, wealthy aristocrat, who sweeps her off her feet. Oh, wow. Okay, that hasn't been done a million times. So there are lots of very cliche moments in this film. Sometimes it makes your eyes roll. Other times you just go, okay, I'll believe it, But look, that aside, it's still very, very enjoyable. Now, the casting of this film, I felt, was actually really, really, really good. So just to give you an idea, we've got in the lead, now I hope I don't butcher her name, Nathalie Emmanuel. You would recognise her from Game of Thrones. Ever since I saw her in Game of Thrones, I thought she was a phenomenal actress with a very bright future ahead of her, and she really did a fantastic job in this movie. I give her a hell of a lot of praise in this film. She actually did very, very well. At no point did she break character or did she feel unbelievable. She was very, very good. There was there's also a lot of other fantastic actors and actresses, like Sean Pertwee. You'll recognise him obviously from Gotham and a lot of films and TV. He's been around for years. Brilliant actor as well. Some other actresses that I'm not familiar with was Stephanie Gleeson. Stephanie Gleeson and Alana Boden. Alana Boden was really, really good in this. I quite enjoyed her screen presence. She was lovely. She was endearing. And furthermore, she's just absolutely gorgeous. She was a bit of a standout for me as in the supporting cast. Courtney Taylor as well. She only has a very small role, but she's very memorable. But the biggest standout for me was the antagonist, Thomas Doherty. Now, I'm not familiar with Thomas Doherty. I haven't seen him in anything else. I'm sure he's been around for quite a while and been in many, many things. I personally am just not familiar with his work. But he was really, really good. When I saw him in the trailers, I thought, oh, God, here we go. He's supposed to be this heartthrob, kind of, wealthy aristocrat, blah, blah, blah. I didn't find him all that physically attractive or anything like that. I thought, they could have probably got someone who was a little bit more, I suppose attractive in that role. I was proven wrong in the sense that there was a group of women in my screening, and every single time he came on screen, they were just completely and utterly wooed off their feet. But the thing that stood out most to me was his acting. When I first saw it, when he first comes on screen, I kind of was like, all right, here we go. I'm going to have to put up with this guy for the whole movie. But within a matter of minutes, I actually found him quite endearing, very interesting, quite articulate, and more so, and throughout the course of the film, he really gets to stretch his acting chops in the sense that in 1 minute he's, as I said, absolutely endearing. You actually kind of start to like him, and you actually feel for his character in many, many ways, and you actually really quite start liking him. But then in other parts, he just does a complete 180, and he's just absolutely despicable and sinister and creepy, and then a few minutes later he's in a scene where he's actually jumping between the two within a matter of seconds. 1 minute you like him, the next minute he's creepy, so all in all, like, his acting in this was actually really, really good, and I was actually very, very impressed. So for me, he was the biggest standout of this film. So for me, Thomas Delaney, you get the double thumbs up and the standout of this particular movie. Even though Nathalie Emmanuel, I quite enjoyed her acting as well and thought she was fantastic, and I still think she has a very bright future. I have to say Thomas was the standout of this film. So after that, then you've got other things like, okay, the scripting is decent. Like, I mean, at no point is it kind of really it doesn't fall flat or anything like that. The scripting and the story, like, things keep moving. It's a fairly steady pace from start to finish. At no point does it kind of start to slow down or feel drawn out. Things move at a very reasonable pace from start to finish, so you never find yourself twiddling your thumbs or wondering when it's going to end. At no point do you ever really kind of get pulled out of the story and realize, hang on, I'm actually watching a movie or what have you. It does keep you relatively engrossed in the story from start to finish as well. The costuming was really, really good. I mean, obviously it's not a period piece, it's set in today's times, so it's pretty hard to go wrong with the costuming side of things. The settings, I thought the settings were really, really nice. Beautiful, British estate homes and this, that, and the other. So Yeah, so as I said, apart from there being those few little cliche moments where you kind of roll your eyes a little bit, apart from that, this film was actually very, very enjoyable. And it has a little bit of everything. So, obviously for the women, it's got the romance side of things and everything. From the bloke's point of view, it's got the horror aspect and all of that. So both men and women will both enjoy this film. Is it awards worthy? No. It's come award season. It will not get a mention at all, I don't think. But as just a purely enjoyable sit down, and just enjoy a movie for a couple of hours and escape, it is a very, very good film. So I would rank it about a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Just purely, an enjoyable film. So yeah, look, that's my overall review. I don't want to go into spoiler details. I don't want to discuss specific scenes, but basically across the board, they did a very, very good job with this movie. I enjoyed it immensely. Will I watch it again? Absolutely. When it comes out on streaming, I'll definitely sit down with Mrs. Jacked and Nerdy and watch it. I do believe it's very much up her alley. I think she'll enjoy it very much. So I'll definitely sit down and watch it again with her when it comes out on streaming. But look, I'd like to know your thoughts. Have you seen The Invitation? Are you wanting to go and see The Invitation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Did you enjoy the film? Did you not enjoy the film? Were there bits that stood out to you? Did you find it a little bit cliche? Hit me up. Let me know your thoughts. I am genuinely interested in finding out what other people think of this movie. So, yeah. So if you enjoyed this review or this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button as well. The more subscribers we get and the more reactions we get to our video, it helps let us know what you guys think and encourages us to keep going. Make sure you keep an eye out on the channel as well over the next couple of weeks. We got heaps of content coming out. We got brand new action figure unboxing videos. We've got review videos coming out for The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power starts next week. We got plenty of movies. We got the League of Super Pets coming out. As well as many, many others. So make sure you keep an eye out on the channel. If there is something specific that you want to see us do a video on, again, hit us up in the comments. Let us know, because if there's something that you want to see, we want to try and provide that for you. So we'll do whatever we can to make that happen. Okay, guys, so that's it for me for today. So make sure you get out there, hit up those cinemas. They need your support following COVID. The Invitation is a great way to spend an evening with your partner or loved one. So get out there, get some popcorn, go out and see a movie. And until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.